Tonight's main event features two AFC North teams. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off for Macrisher. LeJontay Wester to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a huge effort sets up his offense in a great spot on the opposite side of the field.
There's one less thing now this offense got to worry about, silencing the home crowd early. That return, well, it already did that. The fever pitch we began with, Kate's quieted to a dull murmur following a tremendous return by the special teams unit.
So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Kate, he just continued showing he can run anywhere and anytime he wants, including to nearly a third MVP award. I love the 4,000-yard passing season, and sure, 45 total touchdowns now. Now it's just getting back to that elusive Super Bowl for the Ravens.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Kate, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and 3rd downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
On 4th now, on comes Tyler Luke, going to try this field goal for the Ravens. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. And this is no good from this distance. Issues on that snap are going to doom you every time. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Hey, whether it's a good hold or not, the process is the same for that kicker. He's going to catch some unfair blame on this one, Kate, because it was the snap that just set everything off. Not accurate enough, and that left the holder scrambling to try to get his job done, and none of them, unfortunately, could.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Play fake, here's Rodgers. And his first pass falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
On 2nd and 10 now, Rodgers. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That's a gain of 8.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now we're running for the first time with Jalen Warren. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. That's incomplete left side.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Rodgers from the gun. It's caught by Wilson. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Warren here from the gun. He dodged the tackle. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
16 more yards.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Have to come up with an unlikely 15 here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and long for him here. He's going for it himself. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opt in for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle. Boswell able to knock it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, and a little early momentum with that field goal.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Western on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Well, Brock, this game, like all of our games this week, one piece of our John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend. A way that the NFL and all of us here at EA Sports honor a legendary figure in the history of this game on a holiday he held dear. So for Brock, myself, everybody on our great EA Sports crew, hope you had an excellent Thanksgiving, everybody, and a great weekend of football. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Play action. Here's Jackson. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Gave away a couple on the 1st down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we got a 1st down here. So they make the stop, but they do it with some illegal aid. The referees say there was interference that time.
And this is why it is so hard to stop these offenses. It's hard enough to cover, right, obviously, without being penalized, but then you get a little bump, you get a little push, and now you get a 3rd down conversion via penalty.
On it, and he nearly picked it. So couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's 2nd down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on 1st down. Rodgers throwing again on 2nd. Throw left side finds Freiermuth. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. Gets this one to Freiermuth. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Steelers First down.
Now, the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Play action here with Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on second down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Might be time to reach into the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. To throw is Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Brought in right side. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
And the Steelers, first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Bringing the offense up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he's stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers stretch their early lead to 9. Roman Wilson, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Steelers go up 10-zip here in the 1st.
Ravens, nothing.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Rasheen Ali on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Now bringing tight end in motion right. On 1st down, Jackson finds his fullback. And this is going to be contained at the 25-yard line. Madden stopped by Alex Highsmith.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Henry. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 7 yards on that pickup. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on first. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Lamar now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 3rd down.
Well, that delay game certainly doesn't help things. It's 3rd and even longer now. To the air on 3rd and long. He's able to hit Flowers. Caught. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They're running the option, short side. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. The Steelers have played to an early lead. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Here's a give for Henry. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, Lamar. He'll set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
QB keeping this one, turned into the option on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this. Running for it. Here's Henry.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
First down. A gain on the play. First down, Ravens.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. And bring the tight end left. give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start to fight back with their first points of this game. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That is Tyler Luke, now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens cut it to a field goal game.
Ravens 7.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
To the air on first down. Rogers finds his back. Jalen Warren. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
First down. Here's Rogers. Cut out left. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Again, Rogers. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Steelers have a first down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Warren running between the tackles. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Rogers from the gun. Ravens get him. Down he goes. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
Third down and
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. Third time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
They'll throw, third and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series, and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Facing fourth down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are unable to double their lead.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Pressure coming, it's Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers, and things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Got his man. Hopkins has it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Play action. Here's Jackson. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Lamar throwing again. Finds him over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 6.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
First down, and they go right back to it. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Leading 4 here on 3rd down. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. Steelers have it, headed the other way. Reaches the 40. Into the red zone. And Pittsburgh's going to take this back for the touchdown. The Steelers grow their lead off the turnover. A great return out of him makes a great play into one of our game's biggest highlights with that touchdown.
Yeah, some serious running back skills right there for a linebacker. He doesn't get too many chances to show out like that. The only time we normally see him at top speed, Kate, is when he's running down a ball carrier. But to put that ball in his hands wasn't going to be denied.
Boswell to add the PAT. Pressure gets there, right side, it's blocked! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick.
You just never know what could be the play at the end of the game that we look back on and say, you know what? That was the play that decided it all. It seems small now. It's just a little old point, right? But if this one stays close to the end, keep an eye on that block because that single point could loom very, very large.
Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Here's Wester on the return. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. Baltimore running its offense out now. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Lamar off the play fake. Right side and into the hands of Bateman. Able to take this to about the 35. That's a gain of 5 on the play.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, maybe to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the pistol, Henry. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Trying to get it with the option. Breaks across midfield. Hits the opposing territory. At the 20. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens cut the lead to just a field goal. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown.
Okay, we know it's hard for running backs to get runs like that in the open field and find pay dirt from that distance. Even more rare to see a QB get it done. And I don't think that'll be the last time he totes it.
PAT effort coming up.
For the extra point.
Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens cut the lead down to just 2.
16. Ravens 14.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Jukes away from one. Mismanages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. New set of downs for him from the 31. Rodgers gonna throw on first. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. That's gonna pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. For big yards on the right side. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. They'll get 22 out of that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Steelers push this to an 8-point game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. But this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers push the lead to 2 scores now.
Ravens 14.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Ali to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Now put one of the tight ends in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. On first down, Jackson. Nowhere to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
5 DBs out there for the Steelers, 3rd down. Jackson yet again. He'll drop this one down for Henry. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
First down, Ravens.
First and 10 now from the 46. Jackson's going to throw again. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
A gain of 24 yards. That's another Baltimore first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down, here's Lamar. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Completed over the middle. And he's going to work it to the 20. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Jackson now on 3rd. Toward the end zone, but incomplete. That's going to force them into a 4th down decision.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
A 37-yard attempt.
Luke knocks it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic first down.
So after they ran into the kicker, Brock, that penalty keeps this drive going with a 1st and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. That one connects. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Tight end in motion right. They'll go to the option on 2nd down. And the defense holds him at the 2, Brock. He can't get beyond the line. Still a couple yards short of that end zone. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Third and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens make it a one-score game before halftime. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And the Ravens cut the lead down to just 2.
Ravens 21.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. To the air on 1st down. Rodgers caught quickly on the slant. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. We get a timeout. 8 seconds remaining before halftime.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Back to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Here's Rodgers. Throwing for the end zone. And they will not connect. Took his shot there to end the half, but no dice. That's going to take us to the break.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the 2nd half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Big thank you to our guy Scott Hansen and the gang down in Orlando. Got a close one. It's underway.
Tyler Luke to kick
Well, if
off.
you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Finds some space, he's past the 30. You're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the third quarter. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. First down now, ball at the 33. Rodgers set to pass. Targeting the sideline, and Freiermuth has it. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
Counterplay here, Warren. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Rodgers from the gun. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam are what make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Rodgers going to throw here, third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that brings up fourth and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
The Ravens trotting out their offense. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think a yard or two short of the 20 here.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Trying down the middle of Henry. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. That's good for a couple of yards. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10. Now it's Lamar. Dump off caught by his back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. Here he goes, third and long. Good gain out past the 30. Still going inside the 35. And he can't finish it off in the end zone, but a great effort out of bounds all the way down at the 5. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Hill will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands, and now it's 4th down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
A 21-yard attempt.
Loop knocks it through, and that's going to give them the lead.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the run back of the 27. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They'll go again with Warren. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They'll air it out on 3rd. He puts some air under it deep down the left. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
The Steelers set to punt it. Corliss Waitman will kick it away. Takes it in at the 26. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Ravens and Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Complete to Henry on the check down. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Jackson keeping it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
A gain of 6. And a Baltimore first down. It's a gain of 6.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
A draw now. This is Henry. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Another run for Henry. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Brought down by the 4-time All-Pro Cameron Hayward.
The 47-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. 3rd and long for him here. Got his man. Hopkins has it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
13 yards.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Baltimore first down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Ravens.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
From the 40, here comes 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6. To the air on 3rd and long. Setting up the screen. And on 3rd down, they wind up going the wrong way. That one goes backwards.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Tyler Loop out for the Ravens to attempt this field goal. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Warren here from the gun. Has good room at the 35. And he gets it forward to the 43-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Steelers have a first down.
First down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Warren once more. Escapes the defender. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 31. On first down, Warren. He's got a gain of 6 there. That play made by an all-pro from last season, Marlon Humphrey.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Into traffic, complete! And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Roman Wilson. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Throw here, 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
A gain of 17
That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet...
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Steelers take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired, but that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Missed to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call.
Defense.
So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35.
We see the Ravens making their way out now. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this fourth quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set, and it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
First down, here's Lamar. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First and 10.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Play action. Here's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a fourth quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead.
Ravens 34, Steelers 30.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here's Gainwell. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
7-yard gain.
That one gains 7. And the Steelers have a first down.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And a nice little run there gets him 5. Second down upcoming.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's second and 4. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they need to get 4 on third down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Now Rodgers on his 3rd and short. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And 4th and 4 coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. The Ravens and Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Dumped off to his running back. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He'll drop this one down for Henry. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Throw left side, caught by Andrews. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. First down now, ball at the 33. They go with Warren on the run. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Throw left side finds Freiermuth. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A pickup of 17. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
That's good for
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Rodgers set to pass. It's a screen play to Warren. And he dodged the tackle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers has him on the quick hitter. And he will not get the first, but ooh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he sneak it with Rodgers. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
All set to go now from the 35. Here's a design run. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Rodgers off the play action. Connects on the crosser. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They gain 11 on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now we give to Warren, coming right. Solid running here, and that's 9 yards as he brings up 2nd down.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Rodgers from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested captures, and he couldn't.
And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Got to think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Looking, but will not find it. So incomplete on 2nd and goal, Brock. Chances starting to run thin to score here. All right, so defensively, you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 4th and goal. So a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got 4th and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen when these old linemen run off the sidelines, big fellas. They're not going to be too happy about not putting one run on the board.
No, sir. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I don't think I'm alone. I don't think I'm the only one thinking about that earlier missed kick as that one sailed through the uprights. Now it's incumbent upon this team to find yet another way to score.
Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Ali to return it. Jukes away from one. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. the gun, a give to him. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Lamar now from the gun. Hits him on the end route. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New set of downs from 37. Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And now it's 2nd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Throwing again is Lamar. Short pass brought in. And that will not be enough for a first down. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and just 2 to go. Trying to get it with the option here. And they get it done. Stop for a loss on 3rd down. That should get them the football back.
Black on the tackle. A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Ravens clinging to a 1-point lead. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Warren, quick on the draw. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
At the 20-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw it. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. To throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. They get 35 out of that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
Here he is to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And their fourth sack of the game right there brings up second down.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
Setting up to pass. To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Steelers have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Back to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's got it! He pulls in a game-winning touchdown with almost no time left! Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Now Rodgers going to get the Steelers set to go for two.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Sheds up a rusher. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead.
Steelers 41, Ravens 34.
Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner, netting them a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word, artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback, right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Jackson to throw it. Trying to push deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.